Welcome back to ALPB Roundup. I'm Ryan here trying something a little bit different with this daily roundup. I got some life and work schedule changes coming, so less editing is going to be key for me. So I'm going to be trying to do more live style, unedited videos, maybe even go live on Instagram for daily roundups, and then maybe do like the weekly series roundup on Mondays, take advantage of the off day, do some actual editing in there, make the most of my time I can work on that over the weekend. You don't need to know about my life that much, because what you need to know about is the fact that we had an umpire ejected from a baseball game last night. I'm not sure if ejected is the technical term, but it's the term I'm going with because it's hilarious. But what happened actually isn't all that hilarious, but just I'm so tired of umpires ejecting people for nothing, so let's kick one out now and again, eh? Bottom of the first inning situation here. 2 outs, West Virginia's at the plate. West Virginia coaches and umps all of a sudden take off just off screen in both broadcasts toward first base, where there's an off-camera argument going on, and it seems to be taking place between the first base, live's going great. First base umpire, I believe, whose name's Ashcraft or Ashcroft. We still haven't even been able to agree with who was umping over there, which is a part of the drama. And someone in the Power bullpen. So the Power's relief pitcher, Dave Kubiak, the hitting coach, pitching coach, and maybe the manager all get ejected right off the bat. One jokingly ejects the umpire. The broadcaster's like, I'm not sure you can actually do that. Whoa, foreshadowing, you can. Barnstormers, they leave the field for around 2 or 3 minutes, or they leave 2 or 3 minutes into this, and it's noteworthy because the Power started applauding as they leave the field. So the Power's president, Chuck Domino, who's a legend in this, he comes down to sort of be a calming influence to sort things out. West Virginia, they pull their players off the field at this point. We're 8 minutes into things. Multiple phone calls are being made on the field. Eric Church is blasting over the loudspeakers. I want to mention that every time because it's so good. Chuck Domino and Lancaster's manager, Ross Peebles, they start discussing things. Now, 10 minutes into this, the umpire involved gets off the phone, hands it to another umpire, and walks straight off the field. Players, fans, they all applaud, and the game continues. So I got multiple sources that have now confirmed some finer details here and some very touchy details here. So here's what we've got. What I'm hearing is, in a previous game, this umpire said something that was racially insensitive and made another player uncomfortable. It was expressed to him that he will not be umpiring any more West Virginia games. He ends up on the schedule one way or another for this game and goes. Now, the box score at one point had him as the umpire. Now it doesn't have him as the umpire. At another point had him umpiring another base and another umpire on the crew not even on there. So the box score hasn't been trustworthy on this and it's been moving back and forth. I'm not saying it's like trying to not be trustworthy. I'm saying I'm not sure that he was even originally scheduled to do this game maybe if the league didn't want him there and he just ends up maybe taking the game to fill in. That could have been the situation. That I don't know. But what I've confirmed multiple sources at this point is whatever was said in the previous game, West Virginia was not happy to see him again. They were ready to play this game under protest. They decided they're going to move ahead with the game. And then early on, he's getting chirped at by the bullpen. The bullpen's letting him know that if he's got a problem with them, that they're going to have a problem with him. Things erupt. The confrontation was described as being like seeming to be going in the direction of physical violence. I'm sure it wouldn't have, but that was like the intensity of the conversation going on or the interaction going on. So I'm hearing that the remarks made combined with the league telling him they shouldn't be there and the players feeling they shouldn't be there and Barnstormers walking off the field, so they ran on this too, was enough to get him sent. I don't know what's going to happen to the ump, how we don't even know that ump's name at this point in time, but it's just going to be very interesting to follow. We'll see how the league moves forward here, but the game itself was absolutely insane as well. This is going to be a long one because the Barnstormers, they jumped out to an 8-0 lead. Kelly Dugan crushed a ball for the second night in a row for a 2-run homer in the first. Blake Alleman, he hit a grand slam to make it 6-0 in the second. 2 more runs crossed in the fourth to make it 8-0 Barnstormers. West Virginia now, they've had a long week. They just had a 12-inning game, longest game of the season, the night before. Kubiak's ejected. They are short pitching. They're down 8-0. It's the fifth. They hand the ball to infielder Dominic Betancourt, who now he has 11 pro innings under his belt with 14 earned runs in those innings. Now he does throw like a 90-ish mile-an-hour sinker fastball situation, but let's be honest, this is like a survival mode surrender. He holds Lancaster in the 5th inning. West Virginia scores 3. He holds Lancaster in the 6th inning. West Virginia scores 6 to take the lead 9-8. West Virginia goes, let the man keep dealing. He lets the first 2 guys on base. They pull Betancourt. In comes Max Pavzi. He does actually allow those 2 runs to score, but West Virginia manufactures 2 more runs and manages to hold on for an absolutely insane come-from-behind win. On the mound, Junior Figueroa got shelled in his start for the Power. Joe Testa and Mike Broadway shut things down the 8th and 9th to secure the win for West Virginia. Dom DiSabatino allowed 3 runs in 5 innings of work for the Barnstormers. Probably left this thing feeling pretty comfortable, and then he gets no decision. Yoel Espinal and Tyler Laporte got touched up for 6 runs in the 6th inning while only getting 1 out each. Donald Goodson struck out 2 guys, while getting the third out, which is the most Donald Goodson thing possible. He had a strikeout while pitched, so he got credit with 2 Ks for 1 out. Beautiful. Gabriel Moya, he threw a scoreless 1 1/3. His ERA is down to 1.93. He's absolutely nasty. Offensively, I mentioned that Dugan and Aleman both homered. Clearly, Rondon also had a 3-for-3 game for Lancaster. He walked, so he reached in all 4 plate appearances. Big game for Rondon. For West Virginia, Nate Easley went 3-for-4 with a 2-run homer. Jimmy Paredes went 3-for-5 with 3 doubles and 2 RBI. Miles Williams had a 2-run homer. Dominic Betancourt, though, he grabs the game ball for his pitching, but he also singled and walked in his 2 plate appearances, so collected an RBI. He was contributing all over the place. I expect to see Eric Sekula on the bump tonight for West Virginia against maybe Niall Ball for Lancaster, who I thought was actually going to get the start last night, but it's hard to track. In York, Gastonia survived a comeback of their own to beat York 11-10 in a game where they led 9-1 in the 4th inning. Callahan, Paguero, and Caleb Earls managed to shut the door on the Revs after the 6th inning to preserve the win. The Honey Hunters' win probability in this one was 99% in the 5th inning, slid all the way to 56% in the 9th. Joey Lara wore 9 runs in 3 innings of work for York. Cruz, Sanchez, Fry, and Fuller teamed up for a scoreless 4 2/3 to keep York in the game. At the plate for York, Josue Herrera hit a grand slam in the 5th that made it a 1-run game. Nelly Rodriguez, he also homered to stay hot of late. Rodriguez, he's slashing .392, .495, .684 for a 1.178 OPS in his 45 games with the Revs. That is unbelievable numbers from Nelly Rodriguez, touching up near that 400 mark. Crazy to think. For Gastonia, Ryan Cordell and Hermindo Escobar both hit solo home runs. Jason Rogers and Manuel Giraldo both hit 2-run home runs. And Reese Hampton also homered. That's 5 homers on the night for Gastonia. He went 4 for 6 in this one, earning the game ball. A few new additions are making big contributions for Gastonia as they go to make a playoff push here against the odds. They are tied right now with the Rockers at the top of the South Division. Long Island straight up blew the doors off the Blue Crabs last night in Southern Maryland to end their 6-game win streak. This game was 13-0 in the 4th and never got more interesting. The Blue Crabs just absolutely got dog-walked. Offensively, Ramon Flores went 3 for 6 with 2 doubles and 3 RBI. Vladimir Frias went 3 for 7 with 2 doubles and 5 ribbies. He earns the LPB Roundup game ball. Ty Kelly went 3 for 5 with 2 doubles and a walk. And Steve Lombardozzi went 2 for 4 with a 3-run bomb and 2 walks. Lombardozzi doing Lombardozzi things. For Southern Maryland, Alex Crosby went 3 for 5 with 2 doubles. Ruby Silva went 2 for 3 with a homer and 2 walks. And Cesar Trejo went 2 for 4 with an RBI triple. Cody Strayer, he bailed out Southern Maryland on the mound, just stopping the bleeding. He threw 3 scoreless innings to finish this thing. His ERA is down at 2.57, so there's a silver lining. Joe Iorio allowed 5 runs on 11 hits over 5 2/3 innings. Got through this whole outing without a strikeout. Kind of crazy from Iorio. He throws like 92. He's usually going to work a little something. Finally, in Lexington, the first half champion Legends dropped their 7th straight to fall to 4-10 in the second half. High Point wins their 8th straight game, taking this one by a score of 4-3. Henry Owens had 2 pickoffs in this one for Lexington, and he would have had a third because he got a guy called off second. He took off for third. The throw got past the third baseman. So that's a lost cause because that guy ended up scoring, so that's tough. Went 1-0 High Point. Later down 2-0, Keon Barnum and Jake Romansky hit solo home runs in the 5th to tie it up for the Legends, but a J.R. DiSarcina RBI single would answer for the Rockers in the 6th, and they would hold on to win this one 4-3. Henry Owens takes the loss. He falls to 2-3 on the year. He allowed 2 earned runs on 4 hits in 5 innings. Not a bad outing. Struck out 9, very impressive, but walked 6. That's a continued issue for him. The Legends bullpen threw 4 shutout innings, which is a great sign for the boys despite the losing streak. Kyle Halbon gets a save for High Point, but it's all about the Tommy Gun, Tommy Lawrence. That's not how you hold Tommy Guns, whatever. Because 8 innings, 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts for Tommy Lawrence. He gets another ALP Roundup game ball, his 5th of the year, and that's 5 starts for him. All 5 of those, in those starts, he averaged 7+ innings per start, a 2.19 ERA. He's had a 3.83 strikeout to walk rate and a 0.837 whip. He improves to 8-2 on the season. Look out for the troubadour Bryce Hensley to take them out for High Point tonight. Not sure who's starting for Lexington. That's all I've got for ALPB Roundup. Hopefully this new format works a little bit. It definitely works for me, so I hope it works for everyone else out there. Have a good one. I'll be back to talk about Saturday's action Sunday morning. Try to sneak that in there. Hopefully I can do it without editing, so that'll help, before the Sunday first pitches. I'm Ryan from ALPB Roundup. Have a good one. Finger guns.